guys, it is Friday, May 6th, but you won't see this video till Monday. But I'm going to do another day in the life. Can you believe it? I'm doing another day in the life so quick. But I have quite a few errands and things to do today, so I thought it might make a fun video. But first thing I have to do is declutter this kitchen counter again. I just cleaned it off Tuesday, but here, look at it. And then I gotta feed my dogs. So let me get this counter cleaned off. The reason this got so messy is because I've been working on several projects and trying to get some videos done, which you will be seeing in the next coming days. And so the counter tends to become a clutter zone and a gather zone for everything. For the dogs, I have been giving them, I take half of this can in the morning and half of the can at night, and I divide it up 3 ways. I get this through Chewy.com, and it's some of the most, I don't know how to say, it's grain-free, non-GMO, blah, blah, blah. It's like the best for them that's in my budget. I know that like Blue Buffalo and some of those others are better, but I just can't afford it. So just to be honest, I can't afford that science diet or any of those other types of foods. So they get this, and then they also get that mixed with a scoop of dry dog food. And currently I'm working with this Pure Balance. I got this at Walmart. Ordinarily, or most of the time, this is the dry dog food that I mix with. It's because my dogs are getting older. My oldest is 15. This is mostly for her because she needs more alertness and mental sharpness, and it's also good for joint health and mobility, and strong teeth, and she has weak teeth, and she's not very, she's old, so I just think this helps her quite a bit. But this is not cheap either. I get this through Chewy.com. This bag is not quite enough to last for the entire month, and I just order monthly from Chewy.com. So I supplement with this when I run out, and so this bag is already open, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this bag up before I open up the Purina. And they're small dogs, so they don't get that much. This is 1/8 of a cup. I was giving them 1/4 of a cup of dry food, but they were getting fat. So I cut it to 1/8, but 1/8 of a cup is not quite enough because they were hungry all the time. So I give them each a scoop of 1/8 of a cup of the dry. And then I go back and give them each another 1/2 of 1/8 of a cup. So I don't know how much that equals out to in fractions, because I'm terrible at fractions. So I've got that, and then the reason I mix the moist food in is, like I said, Lucy's teeth are getting kind of bad, and I had them just on the moist food for a while, but that's not good for their teeth either. So I wanted to really kind of combine the two, because the moist food is easier for Lucy to eat, and then if I mix it with the dry, then it makes the dry easier for her to eat too. And then I started buying the dog food that's specifically for small breeds. You can see these nuggets are really small. So, oh, she knows I'm fixing her food, so here comes the barking. And they get fed in the morning when I get up, and then at 4 o'clock at night. So they get fed twice a day. And of course they get little treats in between. Alright, Sal, have to get your spot. They each have their own spot that they get to. Because when we brought Pepper in, several years ago, we had lots of fighting going on. So we made them each have their own spot, and they have to get in their spot before they get fed. Sally is normally there, but the princess gets her breakfast in bed every morning because she's spoiled. You might not be able to see much in here because this is Olivia's bedroom and it's kind of dark. There you go, Sal. Yeah, you can't see it all, but yeah, I turned the flash on so you can see her. So this is my breakfast this morning. In this bowl I have one of these containers of Silk dairy-free vanilla yogurt, and then I've got some fresh blueberries and 1/3 of a cup of Cascadian Farms granola. On top of that, I've got my 2 prunes and my cup of coffee. Along with my Bible reading, I try to read my Bible every day, except weekends, because weekends are so hectic around here. There are days when I miss it, but for the most part I try to read my Bible every morning. And along with my Bible reading, I read a passage out of this little book. It's not really a passage, I don't know what you call it, a little chapter. This is a daily devotional by Nancy Lee DeMoss called The Quiet Place. And this is a really pretty little book. I think it's faux leather, but it does feel like a very nice leather cover on it. And it's got a bookmark, and each day is on here. And she's been doing a series since the beginning of May on forgiveness. And yesterday, May 3rd, this little vignette that she wrote was about how if you forgive someone, if you truly forgive someone, do you actually forget it? And no, I mean, we can't forget it. And then she talks about how the reasons why we have memories that come back up is to help us, really, to help someone else who might be going through the same type of thing, or to remind us of that experience so we don't make the same mistake twice. They give you the ability to look others in the eye and say that I have been there. That's a quote from this little article. I know it hurts terribly, but I also know that His grace is sufficient for you. It says it right down there. And I really took a lot of heart from this because, you know, I think everybody has gone through times in their lives where people have hurt you, people have disappointed you, and I have struggled in the past with forgiving those people. And when I did truly forgive them, Satan would bring those memories back up in my mind and try to tell me, now listen, don't be nice to that person. Remember what they did to you, and poke my memory. But I just have to keep reminding myself that choosing not to remember isn't the same as forgetting. We can't forget things that happen to us. Now, sometimes in God's mercy, He kind of takes those memories out of your mind, especially if it's something really traumatic. But we have to choose daily not to remember how people have hurt us in the past. And that is something that I am still working on. There have been people in my past that have hurt me deeply, and I have truly forgiven them. And I'm actually trying to choose not to remember. There's some other people that have hurt me more in recent years that I'm still working on. I'm still a work in progress. This article, this little vignette, really helped me to realize that just because I remember what people did to me does not mean that I have not forgiven them. Hi friends, I thought I would bring you in the bathroom with me while I'm getting ready, so the lighting's going to be a little bit goofy, and I probably won't look at the camera that often because I have to look in the mirror. But we're going to be doing a few errands today. I have to go to the next nearest town It's not the one I normally do my grocery shopping in. It's in the opposite direction. And but they have really good meat there and really good meat prices. So they're having a special right now. And whenever they're running a good special, I like to go and stock up on things. So we have to do that today. And then also Olivia, her birthday is the 15th of this month. And she'll be turning 18. I can't believe it. But anyhow, what she wanted for her birthday is a cockatiel. And we've done some pricing around, and she was very specific. She wanted a male, she wanted it to be young, she wanted it to be hand raised so that it's friendly. And you know, it's hit or miss at a pet store. They can say they're hand raised and they not be. I ran into that issue years ago when I was getting parakeets. The first few parakeets I bought from the pet store, and oh, they touted them as being hand raised and all that. Well, they weren't friendly at all. So anyway, when we get to pricing these cockatiels, and they run from anywhere from, in a pet store, anywhere from $170 to $270. So we're like, oh boy, that was way more than we were expecting to spend. So Scott did some research online, and he found an aviary that's about an hour from our house. And they hand raise all their birds, and they have some cockatiels right now, and they sell them for $150, which is still about $50 more than I was expecting to have to spend, but at least we do know that they are actually hand raised. So when Scott gets home from work today, we're going to jump back in the car and go pick up Olivia's cockatiel. The lady sent some pictures, and it's a boy. They had it genetically tested somehow, and it is a boy, and he's awful cute. He really is, and you can tell he's very young. He just weaned not so long ago. So she's really happy about that. She's really excited to get her cockatiel. And we already had a cage, so that's good. We already had a cage. And oh, it's so humid. My face is not wanting to dry. Ooh. I'm not going to put a ton of makeup on today because, like I said, we're not going to be going anywhere extra special. But I did want to put on a little. I do have a video. Another video that I need to film today. And so I'll do that when we get back from the meat run. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is my rooster, Baxter. He's the one that we saved from the butchering last fall from freezer camp, because he was kind of the runt and he was not thriving and etc., etc. Well, he kind of had a rough winter. We had him in a building with a heat light, but he still ended up getting frostbite on his comb, and he lost some of his comb. And now, I just noticed in the last week or so, he has become very, very lame. So lame, in fact, that he cannot get around at all. And now I'm thinking very seriously about having Scott euthanize him, probably tomorrow. I hate to do that, I really do. But I'm questioning in my mind, at what point does mercy become cruelty in the case of an animal? Now, I'm not talking about people at all. I am not in the, euthanizing or assisted suicide or any of that stuff. But for animals who depend on us for everything. And when they no longer can even do their basic necessities of life, I mean, like, he can't even hardly get to his food bowl. I found him a couple of days ago inside his water pan, like he had fallen in it. And it's like if he had fallen in face first, I wouldn't even be having this discussion because he'd have drowned. But this is so hard. It's so hard. It's not that I'm especially close to him or, you know, attached like I am to my dogs or to my chicken Virginia, but it's like I saved him in hopes that he would have a really good life. And now here we are, kind of full circle back to him having a really crappy quality of life. Now, the last time we saved one of these chickens, she, it was a hen that time, and she just died on her own. Like, I didn't see anything wrong with her. She seemed to be having, being in perfectly good shape. Still was able to get to her food bowl and everything. And I just went out one morning to take care of her, and she was gone. And, you know, I didn't cry over that. I thought, well, you know, I extended her life. She had a good quality of life while it lasted. And so be it, you know. But in this case, I'm really wondering if I did the right thing. And maybe we should have just had Scott deal with it back in October. Because he spent the winter in a cage with, you know, inside of a building because he can't perch or stay warm any other way. Now he has provided companionship for Virginia because chickens are flock animals. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Where does the line draw? Where do you draw the line between mercy and cruelty? Because I'm feeling like at this point it's almost cruel to keep him alive. I don't know if he's in pain at all. It's like his legs have become paralyzed almost. And one leg, he can't even keep up under him. It goes like behind him all the time. So he has no mobility at all. So just let me know what you think. I mean, by the time you see this video, the decision will probably have already been made and it'll probably already have been taken care of, but don't know because Scott hates doing that kind of stuff. The lights are flickering because we have a little bit of a storm, if you're wondering what the flickering is. Scott hates doing that kind of thing. So I will probably suggest it to him tonight and just tell him, you know, if he decides to do it, to just do it tomorrow before I even get out of bed, because I don't want to know. I just want to know that it's done, you know. And I feel bad putting that on Scott, but I know I could never do it. I could never do it. Oh, it feels like such a grease pit because I'm so hot. Oh. My foundation did not dry. Oh. And if I put too much powder on, then I look all cakey. Alright, well, I am just about done. I was going to put a little blush on, a little lipstick, and then we're going to head to the next town over and get that pork for our freezer. And when we get back, I will show you what I picked up. Okay, so we're back from the store, and this is all of the pork we picked up. They're having a really, really good sale. And this is probably 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, at least 10 meals, maybe more than that even, if you consider leftovers and lunches and stuff. So they had these pork roasts, the pork loin roasts, for $1.19 a pound. And this one was $4.70. and this one was $5.91. They had their pork, in-cut pork chops, also for $1.19 a pound. And so I got 4 packs of those. These are so good on the grill. This package was $3.80, $3.81, $4.50, and $3.77. And what I'll do is I'll take one of the larger packages and one of the smaller packages, and that will be one meal, and then I'll do the other, because I'm feeding 2 men who love meat. So one package would not be enough for one meal, although you would think it should be, but it won't. I know my family. And then the last thing I picked up was 2 packages of these ribs. I have been just dying for some barbecued ribs on the grill. And like, again, one package would not be enough. The ribs were $1.29 a pound, so I got 2 packs. This one is $5.91 and $4.10. So in total we spent $36.50 on meat today. And like I said, that will be at least 10 meals, if not more like 14. Well, friends, we are back from getting Olivia's cockatiel. I meant to take my camera with me and I walked off without it. Sorry, folks. I was going to try to get some footage. It was a really neat place. She had tons of birds. I couldn't believe it. Tons of birds. But you'll meet Artie in the next clip. So he's a sweetheart. He's really, really, really sweet. And you can tell he's just a baby. He's so cute. Tomorrow is, in several of the surrounding towns, are town-wide garage sales. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm hoping to get up fairly early and get out doing some garage sailing in the morning. If I find some treasures, you will have a garage sale haul to look forward to in the coming days. But, you know, there's no guarantee when you go garage sailing if you're going to find anything or not. So, all right, it's time to get some supper. So this is what's for dinner tonight. It's just leftover. We had pork loin for supper last night, and I cut it into sandwich slices. So we're having pork loin sandwiches and potato chips because we just got back from picking up Olivia's cockatiel and it's already after 6 o'clock, and so we're just having a really quick, simple dinner tonight. Meet Mr. Artie. He's Olivia's birthday present. Isn't he cute? He is about 7.5 weeks old, so we're putting his birthday at March 15th? 14th. 14th. And he's awful sweet. He's awful sweet. He's a little nervous right now. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So this is the certificate that we got at the aviary that proves that he is a male. They had him DNA sexed. He is a pied cockatoo, charcoal gray. So it's getting close to 7 o'clock. So let's go out and do our evening chores. I didn't take you out this morning. I just need to go out and put the ducks to bed and put Jenny back in her nighttime coop. I've already have Baxter in because it was raining earlier and he didn't have any place to get out of the rain, so I put him in earlier. So They already know it's bedtime. They're heading for the pen. Yep, see, they're already going in. You guys are so smart. You're so smart. I always do a head count. Make sure they're all there. And they are. The water's, look how gross their water gets in just a day. Ugh. So gross. Here's Jenny. Say hi, everyone. You have lots of fans on YouTube, Jenny. Yeah, tell them all about it. Are you going to talk? You going to talk and tell them about it? Huh? Are you camera shy? Are you camera shy? Are you ready to go to bed? Are you ready to go to bed? Yeah? Okay, let's go to bed. Alright friends, my animals are all tucked in for the night. We made that long drive to get Olivia's birthday present, and I think it's time to call it a day. Thanks so much for joining me today. I know you guys enjoy days in the lives when I do them, and I will try to do more now that I can get outside and there's more things happening. I wasn't going to do day in the lives during the winter when it was boring. All I did was cleaned, and that was about it. Cleaned the house and watched YouTube videos. This is about what I did this winter, and that is boring to watch. All right, friends, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.